All right, what's up, guys? How are you?
How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so excited.
What is going on in country right now?
Well, I heard that you guys were making up songs on the way in.
We are. We were doing some Hank Williams Jr. tunage. Jason,
Okay.
I said we're going to go to a country station, and Jason belted out what he felt was a country song.
Okay, give
Sing
it to me.
Go ahead.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Isn't he?
I was like, that's Bruce Springsteen, dude. That's from our state.
So that's
It's not very country at all.
So then,
It's adult contemporary.
is this not? Is it? I got a pocket full of quarters, and that's not country either, though, is it?
No, that's Pac-Man fever.
That's Pac-Man fever.
Country is just like.
Boy,
There's lots of-
Pac-Man
there's
fever.
There's a lot of country, but
Can you imagine he just pulled
I
Pac-Man
feel like
fever?
I
Wow.
know one. Yeah, I know. It's
Country
horrible.
is like, well, when we were kids, country was like Kenny Rogers, like, you got to know when to hold them.
Isn't that the Duke Boys song?
No, that is.
That's Waylon, just a good
that's
old
Waylon
boy.
Jennings, just
We're
a
getting a
good
little
old
history
boys.
here.
Yeah.
We're old school
Never
country.
meaning no harm.
My old
Yes,
man was
yes.
a huge country fan growing up. On the weekends, he worked at the post office, and we lived
did
in
my
New
dad.
Jersey. Did he really?
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
like the delivering mail or
Yeah,
sectional
delivery.
center?
Yep, he still does a lot of union work.
My
with them.
dad was
Yeah.
locked in the building canceling stamps, soulless work.
Oh, wow.
But he didn't get to walk. He always wanted to go walk the path like your dad. He dreamed about being your father, but he was stuck
Someday
inside.
I'll get out of this office.
Truly. But he was a big country fan. Every weekend he would sit in his room and sing Hank Williams at the top of his lungs and stuff like that. And when I was a kid, I couldn't stand country music for that very reason. My father died 22 years ago, and country music is the only thing that brings him back. So when I
that's
play
so
that, I went and
sweet.
did a show at the Ryman. Because he was, like, when I say he was a fan, he was a big fan. He took us to Nashville when we were kids. So years later, he passed away and whatnot. And I was in Nashville doing a gig at Zany's. And what was his name? Oh, my Lord, his name's escaping me. Big comedian. He was from Tennessee. Hey, Kevin. He passed away.
I was going to say, is it the Bargatze, the new guy?
No, not
okay.
Nate. He's wonderful.
Okay.
But Ralphie May. So Ralphie
yeah.
May was huge in the Nashville comedy scene, and he was talking about playing the Ryman Auditorium. And I was like, "You could do that?" And he goes, "Yeah, you want to do it?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You should just ask." And so I got to go play the Ryman, and I brought my mom out because the last time she had been there was my father, before he passed away, won some online country and western contest where he got to go to a fan event, and he was on the stage of the Ryman. So it's always been in our family. And if I want to evoke him now, all I have to do is play country music, and it's like he's there.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, it's
That's the
really
best
good.
storytelling, I think.
Well, that's
I really
the
think
point,
it's
right? Is like
yes,
it always
yes.
comes down to strong storytelling,
Yes.
like
What do you
very
mean, country
scripted
music,
songs.
you mean?
Yeah.
Like the dog's in the truck and he's driving down the road today.
You just literally told the story. You took me there.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like rock music or
No,
pop
go into
music.
Jungle Love.
Pop
Yeah,
music
yeah,
is just like, I'm feeling, and that's not like a story.
No, it's like
But you
love,
literally
yeah.
gave us characters, side
Truck
characters.
pulled over and I met a girl. Yeah, sir,
Oh my God, sir!
Play
I
the
would like to
guitar.
buy a ticket to
Sign
your
it.
story.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's
Thank
very
you. I just need a
interesting to me.
guitarist now, right? All right.
That
With
helps.
you guys, okay, let's talk about the tour.
Yes.
You got me on the name of the tour this morning. I
Say it.
know
Say it.
the Aural Sex Tour.
Spell it.
AURAL.
Yes.
SECTS.
Yes,
So-
but on the radio, it just reads as the oral sex tour.
right. So I
And
yelled like,
people have their careers fallen so far that is what they've been reduced to. We're going to go to Comedy Works and watch that live.
well, what I loved about this is like, okay, so Jay and Silent Bob, I mean, obviously, like, I feel like you guys could guess people's age by what we quote at you. Is that a true
Yeah.
skill? Okay.
Also, when people come at us, not no like come at me, bro, but when people are
Yeah.
approaching us, you can generally, based on their age, figure out where they jumped on the train. Like if you were walking toward me, I'd be like, this is a kid who knows us from Degrassi when Jay and Silent Bob were on Degrassi. Because that's like 2 generations removed from the Clerks kids. The Clerks kids look like us. So when we got middle-aged, old-timer senior citizens coming at us, we're like, oh, they saw Clerks in a theater. But when it's someone like you, it's like, I bet you they found us on Degrassi back in the day.
I found
Where'd you find us?
I found you on like Jay and Silent Bob because my mom wouldn't let me watch it. Had heard about it, and so it was a sleepover.
Oh.
And yes, you know when you like find the friend that's like their parents, they're the cool
Permissive.
kids,
Yes.
right. Parents are not around, and you can watch it.
In the last month, no BS, you are the 3rd woman who has told me about watching Mallrats at a slumber party,
Yes.
including the
Yes.
article in The Ringer that came out like 2-3 weeks ago was like this Mallrats retrospective. But she too interacted with it, same condition. Like I couldn't watch this at my house, but at my friend's house, we could watch it. And when I think of our stuff, like we've always been like it's boy humor and stuff. But we have an army of women.
Yes, you do.
Who grew up watching it as well.
Yes.
And I think it's because we always had like smart female characters in the movie. They were never appendages. They were always smarter than the males. You know?
And strong women playing them too. Who was in all of your movies? You have so many cameos. Who was your hardest cameo to get?
The hardest cameo I think we ever got. Let's see. You know, Carrie Fisher was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And she initially didn't. Carrie didn't want to do the part where she played a nun who Jay winds up. You know, you've seen the movie.
Singing country music too.
Yes, singing country music right to one very specific part. So she was not like, oh my God, this is great for my career. But she was like, I'll do it, but I don't want to get paid. And we were like, all right. She's like, but I want you to buy me these 2 antique beaver chairs that I've had my eye on for a couple years. There were these 2 chairs. They were $5,000, and she didn't want to buy them herself. So she asked the production to buy them. So when I first met her on set, I was like, you know, I grew up loving, you know, Princess Leia and stuff. And she's like, I hear that all the time. And I was like, I gotta say, like the chairs was a real charming touch. What's the story there? And she goes, I just thought beaver chairs would be appropriate for this movie. And she was that funny.
That's incredible. How long was she on set for?
One day.
Yeah,
One day. Jay was like,
it's a long day though. I feel like it was a long day because we did a lot of takes and we were like out in the middle of nowhere. We had trailers and stuff. It was awesome.
Jay was hitting on her, and she was, you know, because
was she going for it at all?
She turned
I heard she's a little flirty sometimes.
She was playful, but at one point
Yeah.
she turned around. Like I was in there, we're shooting them. They're in the front seat of the car, and we're towing their car. So I'm, as the director, I'm not in the scene as Silent Bob because the angle excludes me. So I get to ride the back of the vehicle that's towing them as the director and watch the scene in the monitor and wear the headphones. So we have to keep going up and down this road. So we go all the way down, do a take, and then drive all the way back, and then do another take, and so forth. So on the long ride back, they're just talking, and Jay's like, so what are you doing tonight? And it was after like hours of him flirting with her. And finally she goes, you know what? Don't do that. She goes, I'm so tired of that. You play like you want to have sex with me, and you have no intention of doing that whatsoever. She goes, and I'll never forget this. She goes, you're just like Ben Affleck.
And I was just like, because again, it was one of those things where I kept doing it. She just kept being like, stop.
Yes.
And then as soon as she was like, well, I was like, okay.
Would you?
Well, I mean, I would, but I was too intimidated.
He was presented the moment, and he was like, that's no moon.
Because it was all of a sudden, the tables had turned, and it was like, so I choked, and I got like nervous. I was like, oh.
And she was dressed like a nun at the time, which would have made it weird.
Yeah, it could be weird, yeah.
That's how some stuff starts, though.
Yeah.
True.
You know, I mean,
some people, that's how it begins,
that might
right?
be your kink. You had
That's
her dressed
true.
as a nun after the entire thing. There's not a week that goes by and this is so odd, as a Minneapolis kid, I swear there's not a week that goes by I don't think about your Prince story.
Where did you grow up in Minneapolis?
I grew up
Were
in
you
a
a city kid or
little
right
tiny
outside?
town, little farm town. And then in 6th grade, I moved to Minneapolis.
In the
So I
city
went from
itself.
a
So you
town
went
of-
from farmland to the
Yes,
city
like
center.
a 400-person town related to half the town to Minneapolis.
We shot Mallrats in Minneapolis
I
at
know.
Eden Prairie, at the Eden Prairie Mall, which
Yes.
still exists today.
I feel like you have a lot of Minneapolis ties. I mean, like
Very
when I
much
reference
so.
or
Prince,
like,
the Prince story,
yeah,
the time I
Jungle,
spent there when I was at Paisley Park
Yeah.
and whatnot. And then when we did the movie pop-ups during COVID, we started like, for some reason, in LA it began. They had a restaurant that was doing a pop-up to celebrate the 25th anniversary, I think it was, or 20th anniversary of Clueless. But then COVID just started happening, and Paramount was like, we're pulling out of this and stuff. So they had the restaurant, and the guy, Derek, who runs it, reached out to us. It was like, can I do like movies from your movies? Like whenever they go to eat at a fast food joint, it's a place called Moobies, has a cow. And so we said, yeah. And so we wound up doing this movies in real life pop-up in Los Angeles. And it was supposed to run for 2 weeks, and it ran for like close to 2 months. And then other restaurants across the country were like, because of COVID, they were closed down and they didn't have a lot of orders coming in and stuff. So they were like, would you bring it here and do it here? And we're like, all right. So we'd go to places around the country, reskin the restaurants, sell the movies menu of like, what was the
cock
milkshake, cock smoker chicken sandwich. Got to say that real fast together and stuff. And we wound up going to First Avenue to do it in
my tattoo.
Minneapolis, First Avenue.
The First
so they
Star,
reskinned it as movies, and we did it out of there.
Oh,
and that was massive for a kid who grew up watching Purple Rain. Because I was like, this is where the kid played.
Yes,
for heaven's sakes, yeah. I'm a big fan of the city, and they always treat us well. Whenever we go back to Minneapolis, Minnesota in general, but definitely Minneapolis, they recognize, even though like Mallrats was not a huge success when it came out, it was a movie that slowly built an audience on home video over the years, they've still embraced that movie as their own. Like in the beginning, not so much. We shot the same time that Keanu was shooting Feeling Minnesota, which was shot a movie with him and Cameron Diaz at that time.
Yeah.
And right down the road, the Coen brothers were making Fargo. So it was a magical
time. It's a hot time in Minnesota.
Very much so, very much so. Zack and Miri was supposed to be set in St. Cloud, Minnesota, because that was the coldest place I'd ever been in my entire life. But then we wound up setting it in Pittsburgh because that's where we shot it. But I love Minnesota.
You guys such creators, and
Also from Minnesota?
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle are from Frostbite Falls, Minnesota.
I don't think I knew that.
You what?
Let's go, Kevin. Let's go, bro.
I know. I'm out of here. Thought I was sitting with a pro.
We start with Prince, and then it's Bob Dylan.
How small was your hometown? The
400.
That's literally like Frostbite Falls, Minnesota.
Yes, it was tiny. And when I say it, like I tell these stories
said you
sometimes.
knew everybody in town.
You knew everybody or related to half of the.
We grew up in a town wasn't even classified as a town. Highlands in New Jersey is classified as a borough because it doesn't have enough people to constitute a town. Yeah. So we get it. We knew everybody.
You knew everybody.
And there are people like just recently, this is crazy. Like I was doing a show somewhere and this kid came up to me and he said, hey man, you don't know me at all, but you knew my dad back in New Jersey. His name was Jimbo. And the moment he said that, I saw it in the kid's face and I was like, you're Jimbo's kid? And I blew the kid up for 5 minutes. And now, mind you, I didn't know Jimbo that well, but Jimbo was famous in our town. Our town was tiny. He was just a figure that was fairly prominent, like well-known and stuff like that. So I was blowing this kid up going, you have no idea, dude, your father. And he came to me, and I'd just come off a stage show where I was presumably the famous one. But I was sitting there going, your father was so famous in our world. Like, you just saying his name brought me back there, man. And that was because everybody knew each other in our community.
It's one of the greatest feelings, isn't it? And if you didn't,
What was it like going from that to the city, though?
It was crazy. Like, it was crazy. Would not recommend, but also that was the first time that I ever heard morning radio. And I literally have a memory of standing in my bedroom and I heard a morning show and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Are you serious?
And
so wait, they didn't have it where you were?
They did not. No, they had farm markets and an
Nothing
AM
with
station.
Two people just talking to each other going like, hey man.
No. Didn't even know it existed.
That's
so it was
wild.
like my dad would tune in for the farm markets and then shut the radio off and put it in an 8-track. And he had Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald.
8-track? What?
Yes.
You don't look nearly old enough to even know what an 8-track.
Oh, but like in that town, it's like
He had an old truck with an old 8-track.
Yes.
So it was more a statement on like they kept old stuff.
Yes, they just kept.
I'm like, there's no way you know what an 8-track is. You're like 12 years old.
I had sleepovers to the movies.
That's true.
So,
That's true. Yes,
I was in it. I was in it. No, and also if people are quoting your movies, we've also had Botox. So it's
I've never done
standing
this
over
is
here.
so for 13 years I've been in Denver and this is the second time he's ever stepped foot in my radio station. It's because of you guys. This is my husband.
It's your husband.
You came for this?
Yeah, he came for you
Only
guys.
'cause he's like, oh, those two are creeps and I'm gonna watch your back, baby.
He's like, he's working that 8-track material. I hear it.
She's totally gonna
I can't ask her. How old are you?
Yeah.
52.
And you're way younger than him.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got
I don't mean that in an insulting way, but you look incredibly young, and you keep referencing things that were current for us, and that's why I'm thrown.
Yeah, well, it's.
Is there a picture of you hanging in a like a attic or basement somewhere, Dorian Gray style, that is aging while you don't? Yeah. You don't look old at all either. We're the oldest ones in the room. 52. She's younger than him. I'm 55.
I'm 51.
51, so you're
I'm the oldest one in the room.
You're right there. You
Go
guys,
to bed, all of you.
But I got. He was smart like me. I looked probably 20 years or so under his age. My
Jay's-
wife's 15 years younger than me.
oh,
How
really?
old? How many?
She's almost 15 years
15
younger.
years.
Yeah.
When you look at the,
She'll take care of you when you're an old
She
man.
will. Yeah.
She's in what?
She'll be able to take it when you're an 80-year-old man. You can't do anything for yourself. She'll be like young, 65, taking care of you.
That was
the plan.
I hope, yes.
So
Either
smart.
that or she's gonna be like,
I went another way.
Bye.
I married a
Yeah.
contemporary. Now we're both going to rot and fall apart together and have to pay somebody to take care of us.
And you're working with your daughter on a podcast.
I do. We just dropped. We've done a few. This one was a current incarnation of an old one we did. We used to do a podcast audio only called Vegan Abattoir. And then we stopped it, and now we started again with the video component because nobody wants to listen to anything anymore. Everything needs a video component again.
Everything
Everything
needs
is
video.
It's great,
television
though. I love
once
it.
again. Even though
Yes.
television is dying,
Yeah.
and like I just read yesterday, ABC is for the first time in 50 years is giving up the Oscars. YouTube bought the Oscar coverage going
Yes.
from 2029 forward and stuff. So even as TV dies all around us, everything is TV. Like
Seeing,
the audio,
visual,
like
right.
we've been in podcasting since it began. Like there was Adam Curry who created the format, and then we jumped in. Like, and Leo Laporte between us who talked about tech before Joe jumped in, before like Nerdist, before Mark came and went. Like we'd been around for it. And what was beautiful about the medium was you could just sit around and talk. You can wear whatever you want. You can expose
Right,
your soul.
right.
Just like you, I was a big fan of morning radio. We grew up listening to Howard Stern. So it was like,
Yeah.
what? I could be
Yeah.
my own Howard Stern. And so I loved the first 10, 15 years of podcasting. From 2007, I started. Now, it's just video again. It's just television. Like there's this air of like they keep the term of podcast, but it's broadcasting.
Right,
And
right.
now you have to be camera ready.
because they want the snippets to throw on
To
Instagram
throw onto
and the
Instagram and
TikTok.
stuff.
And
Right.
the
So
this,
we've
right?
gone
Right.
all the way
So-
around the bend, and they keep calling it something new, but it's like this is just television. It's just
It
not TV
absolutely
anymore.
is. But you're right with the clips too. So I wanted to ask, because this just recently happened, and if you didn't know, the story with Zach Brown Band, they were at the Sphere, and people were like, "There's devil worship on the screen," like all this stuff at the Sphere. Regardless of what down that, I came in and was talking on a show just like this about like I was at that show a week ago. I didn't see anything. I'm like, dude, if he snuck in on the biggest screen in the world, if he snuck in devil worship, good on him because I must have missed it. Holy hell.
People react.
Like that small little clip went on TikTok, and I'm not on TikTok. And it's like, who's this girl preaching devil worship? I'm like, wow.
You feed that to the
is
right audience,
amazing,
and that
right?
is a polemic quote right there.
And it's those little clips
yeah. Yes.
that are so bizarre, but that's what it is. It's just this little
It used to
chunky
be
world.
you could be careful of what you said, mindful, so that you didn't wind up in a predicament like that. But now they could take something
Yes.
as innocent and as quick as that
Yes.
and stitch it with somebody else being like, can you believe this person?
Right.
And then repeat it and meme it.
And then somebody else
Yeah.
stitches
Yeah,
it
it's
and
like,
it goes
yeah.
on
It's
and
the
on.
devil. It's the devil. You know?
Yes.
I'm here with Kevin and Jason, and I kick babies.
Go. She said it, not us.
Yeah.
We love babies.
Right? I mean, you know,
I heard she say she kicks dogs too.
That's
They're
what
the
you
She
really.
worst.
hates animals.
You really get killed for animals, more so than even human beings, man. Like if you hurt an animal, ooh, the internet will not
It's so
let you
crazy
forget.
because there's a show I was just watching last night, and it's it's a murder mystery. But then they go back a flashback about how their son. They're like, we couldn't find the dog, and then all of a sudden we went to his room and we heard through the wall, and behind the door you could hear the dog being like, beep, beep, beep. And then blood started coming under the door, and I was like, oh God, that poor dog. I was like, and I literally had to fast forward because I was hoping they didn't show the dog. It's such a weird thing where it's like, I
Yes.
love watching the murder mysteries.
What was he doing to the dog?
So they sort of didn't show it because just like they make it say like at a young age we could tell something was wrong with them.
Yeah, because he's mutilating.
Oh, so he
animals.
really did hurt the dog.
So he did something to his own dog. You know what I mean? And then
You just took this
Yeah.
in a dark direction.
no.
I don't know if I'm
He
going to
makes
sleep
a good
tonight.
point.
No, the
Yeah.
point is that I can watch people get killed all day and the murder gets solved by the the detective.
Yeah, right, with
but
it.
as soon as they throw something on the side where they're like, in
Yes.
the beginning, he hurt animals. I'm like, what?
Yes.
You watch a
Squirrels,
Western.
birds.
You
Before
watch
an
a
animal
Western
comes in.
Yellowstone. 20 people will get
You're
killed.
like,
a
let
horse
the
falls
bodies
over,
hit the
and you're like,
ground. Let the bodies hit the ground. But the moment an animal jumps in, forget it.
So with the tour, there's one thing that I don't know if you've read this or if it was intentional or if you wrote this. They said they can finally be themselves. And I'm like, have you been holding back?
No. No. I think that's put there for people who are like, wait, so are they going to be Jay and Silent Bob on stage? There are people who still show up thinking, and this happened early in the career, not the film career, the podcasting career. We've been doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old as a podcast since 2008, 2009, I want to say. Maybe 2010. So we did it for like, oh, heavens, 13, 15 years and stuff. And doesn't matter. In the beginning, it was more heavily than it is now, but there's always somebody who shows up who's surprised that we're A, not in costume, and B, not pretending to be Jay and Silent
Right.
Bob. And I'm like, if we were, what a horrible show that would be. One of us wouldn't even talk.
Yes.
One of us,
Yeah,
it would be
you're
like going to
such
see
a-
the Mighty Mighty Bosstones with the guy that just stands there and dances. And not to be fair, they'd put on a great show. I don't want to be TikToked where somebody's like, he went after the Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
The babies and the dogs.
No!
Yeah!
But yes, we get to go out and just talk like ourselves, and I always do that, and he tends to do that as well. But I think that's for the uninitiated who are like, well, wait a second, they're going to be Jay and Silent Bob on stage? No, not at all.
How cool though, like as two people that everybody feels like they know. The second I walked in this door, I felt like I know you. How cool to have that in your life.
Beautiful.
That is such an
That
interesting
kind of familiarity you
perspective.
can't buy.
Right.
Like it's earned over time, and I'm not even saying we earned it, but you earn it over
You
time
earn
with the
it. You
time
earn
that
it.
you put in, and you can't manufacture it. It helps that we're also from New Jersey, and there's a certain layer of authenticity that comes along with that state, earnestness and authenticity, where people like give you the benefit of the doubt, whether it's because it's the working class state, the home of Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi, and before them Frank
Hey, little
Sinatra.
girl, is your daddy
There it
home?
is, coming right back.
Favorite country song of all time.
But yeah, Jersey, I think, has an earnestness to it and a kind of a familiarity. Everyone thinks they know a piece of Jersey from like The Sopranos or Media or something like that. And because of that, we've been embraced as well. Like, something we didn't even do. We just geographically got lucky
Right.
enough to be born in a place where people are like, I like that. I like
Right.
who those people are
Right.
and stuff. So it's great, man. Like we've never been like as famous as like Ben, right? Like I've been around Ben. Like when we were making Jersey Girl, man, I saw like 400 people swarm that guy. It was like the most dangerous thing I'd ever seen in my life. Out of nowhere, phoom, the dude could not get out. We can go to a mall and, in a mall, there's a better chance people are going to recognize us because they're like mall rats. But we could go out in the world and it's this really nice level of people who recognize and interact. Most of it is this. People are trained to kind of go through life, not make eye contact and stuff. And when we do, we look away. I'll have this. I'll be walking and people will make eye contact and they'll have that look on their face, that hard look of like, I'm here, but I'm not here. But then the moment they make eye contact with me, they soften and smile.
Yeah.
And I love that. I adore that. They're connecting you to some pleasant memory and instantly, like without saying a word, without interacting with them, you've lifted their spirits just a little bit. Then they're the ones that come up to you and like, I'm so sorry to bother you. Can I take a picture? And I'm like, what? You're not bothering me. If you coming over to take a picture with me is proving the plan is working, And so you take pictures and send them on their way and stuff. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the best kind of currency to spend in this world. The job is nice. Sometimes it comes with actual currency and stuff. Not in Jay and Silent Bob movies, but generally speaking. But the currency.
2 chairs. We're giving you. That's your gift today, by the way. You're
We
taking
get
the
them.
chairs.
Beaver chairs.
You guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in
Means
this
the
morning.
world.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Denver. Of course, everyone can see the show this weekend. Larimer, it's going on all week in Comedy Works, Larimer Square. It's going to be fantastic.
That's the one.
5 shows. I think there's 2. The late shows are the ones you really want to come see.
He means those are the ones that aren't sold
well,
out.
the second one, yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, I got
us
my
out,
truck
yeah.
and went to the club. Comedy Works, baby. There's a dog in the back, girl on my side. Got my guitar.